will say this. All right, now look. When there was a semblance of a leadership fight at the beginning of the 2018 Congress, leading up to it, there was, as far as I could tell, no decent candidates that were stepping forward. Short of Tim Ryan was the only candidate I think that really that announced.
Seth Moulton too.
Seth Moulton. In fact, worse than Ryan in many respects. And when that was happening, I was like, look, you're going to go from the frying pan to the fire with a guy like Tim Ryan. And to a certain extent, I think that assessment at the time, I don't think it was a wrong one. Because Nancy Pelosi has gotten, I think, and maybe she was always this way and just not in the position to show it. But the tin ear has just gotten tinnier. And so, but I want to own this mistake because I do not believe that anybody could be worse. And there has been a massive failure on the progressive side of things, without a doubt. And I don't mean just the Congressional Progressive Caucus. I mean, like all the groups that ostensibly are supportive of the progressives on the outside. They've all failed in this instance to leverage power against Pelosi. I think they were surprised maybe that they had to try and do this. I don't know. So the failure is all around. Here's Tim Ryan. And again, much of this is all kabuki at this point. There's only so much power the Democrats have. But it's important to lose and build on a future victory. And the Democrats are losing and undercutting a future victory, frankly. Here's Tim Ryan on the floor. I want you to juxtapose this with Nancy Pelosi saying, well, the CBO score came in, so we can't put in automatic stabilizers, although everybody wanted to, because we're afraid that this number is going to seem too big. People get very freaked out at 3.6 trillion as opposed to 3 trillion. I'm sorry. Here's Paul Ryan doing exactly Tim Ryan doing exactly what you should be doing at this point if you are a leader of the Democratic Party, and we're not getting that. It should be performative. It should be pointing out all the problems. It shouldn't be getting up there and making excuses as to why you couldn't put in automatic stabilizers. The reason why the way you put in automatic stabilizers, you Nancy Pelosi, you say, here's $3.6 trillion. Why do we have to do this? Because we cannot trust the Republicans. So this bill looks like it's bigger than it is because we can't trust Republicans in their future actions. That's what you say. Here's Tim Ryan saying, at least spiritually, a similar thing.
I've got to tell you, this is absolutely unbelievable. Just a few years ago, the stock market's at 25,000. Corporate profits are the highest they've been in decades. The rich keep getting richer. And our friends on the other side said, what do we do now? Let's do a tax cut where 83% of it goes to the top 1% of the wealthiest people. Fast forward a few months, global pandemic, 36 million people unemployed. 40% of families who have a worker that makes $40,000 a year and less lose their job last month. 4 million people didn't pay their rent, and the Republican Party says, we don't have any money to help you. Are you kidding me? Where do you guys live? Food lines around the blocks at our food banks in the United States of America. 1 in 5 kids are going hungry. Your party can't even get food to them. This isn't a wish list. If it's a wish list, it's for the working class people. How about the Teamsters that are going to get a pension when this bill passes?
Gentleman's time is expired.
Their pension gets cut in half.
Gentleman's time is expired.
This is ridiculous.
Gentlewoman from New York
on the American
reserves.
people.
The gentleman from Oklahoma.
There it is. I mean, again, Tim Ryan's politics are not where I want them to be. But at the very least, there is some holding to account the Republicans. You're not sitting there squabbling about $3 trillion versus $3.6 trillion. It's just an imaginary, it's just a number.
Yeah, and he's as pissed off as everyone should be right now.
Exactly.